3 simple ideas shared in this video can dramatically improve your trading results. Hi, I'm Mike Bellafiore, co-founder of SMB Capital, a proprietary trading firm located in Midtown Manhattan. And I'm also the author of the trading classic, One Good Trade, and the Playbook. In this video, learn what elite active traders are doing to succeed that perhaps you're not. One of the things that I'm fortunate enough to take advantage of is that I get a chance to talk to a lot of people who are trading inside, outside the firm. I get to see all of your work. I get to see all of your performance, all the performance of the guys here and outside the firm. And there are really 3 themes for people doing well that keep coming up around this holiday season from this trading year, looking back at this trading year overall. And one of them reminds me of something I heard you say on the desk today, which we did talk about. And you guys are going to go live relatively soon. So let's just share what's working for some of the big guys and give you some thoughts to think about as you're starting ready to go live and build your career out. So the first thing is trade less. And so I heard you, he's not going to be on camera, is he? I heard you, Max, who will not be on camera, saying today, and I hope that you were saying this jokingly, but I think you said something like, I've already been in and out of 13 stocks.
Oh, yeah. I was joking. Yeah.
It was like, it's like 9:45. So, yeah, I mean, one of the things that the best elite active traders are doing is they're actually trading less. And so Peter Brandt had a good quote recently on Twitter, which I'll mangle, but he said something like, you know, a high percentage of his profits were coming from a small percentage of his trades. And as guys get bigger, that is certainly true. There are these moments during the month and during the week and during the year that we can go back to and we can point to where most of their profits are coming from. If you want to learn 3 real-world setups that our traders use, including the simple setup that we teach all of our new traders and the setup that turned one of our traders into a 7-figure big money earner, check out the free webinar that we're currently running. Just go ahead and click the link that should be appearing right now at the top right-hand corner of your screen. That's going to open up this free registration page in the new window, so don't worry, you're not going to lose this video. You're going to learn more in a couple of hours from this trading workshop than from years of online education. Who was that huge low float runner whose symbols we probably already forget? KRTX. That was a really big opportunity in this month. And then we had, actually talk about that as well a little bit, about the second point that keeps coming up. But KRTX was a big moment. And for us, it wasn't a particularly good moment to start the month. A couple of our really big traders started down like $300,000 because they got on the wrong side with that KRTX, got short when their system called for it, and then there was just no liquidity. They were big when their system called for a short. They got really short, and then there was like no liquidity. They couldn't get out, and there's some traders here who started down literally $300,000 the first couple of days of the month. They're all positive by now. You know, what are we, 20 days in, 25 days in? So they're able to make it back. But you don't want to start down $300,000 to a month, no matter how good you are as a trader. But that was still one of the moments, long and then getting the short right for this month. You know, when you think about this year, I was just at lunch today and talking to a trader who is not necessarily a breakout trader by any means. Experienced trader, pretty good trader overall. Guess where he made the most of his money this year in US markets? A trader in the same product that a trader who isn't particularly very good at swing trades, who I coach, made a ton of money in a swing account. He's like literally trying to learn how to be a swing trader. And the same trade and the same product appeared to him, and he literally made millions, this trader, in a swing idea, and he's like not even a good swing trader. And this other trader is just at lunch today is telling me about like how much money he made in this one particular idea that came to him. Anyone want to guess?
Beyond short.
That was a good one too.
Yeah.
And that was, so Shark, when he talked with you guys, he talked about how that was his best trade. I'm pretty sure he said that was his
Yeah.
best trade ever.
Or of the year at least.
I think he said that was his biggest trade ever. So that was a big opportunity, that short, from after we had the gap up that McDonald's was going to offer beyond in Canada. Ever since then, that was like the best short of the year, with that huge gap up, and then it like never went up ever again. But it was in gold. You know, the gold breakout was, anybody could have traded that. Like people who aren't good swing traders crushed that. And so, and that was a big opportunity. People talk about the QCOM trade this year. If you look across prop desks, it was probably the most profitable trade that particularly experienced prop traders made. So there are these moments, we don't have to go through every single example, but Beyond is another good one. There are these moments, there are these pockets where you can make a lot of money. So, and that's why you guys use TraderView. Tagging your trades, getting statistics on what you're trading well, understanding what you're going to trade more of and what you're going to trade less of. That's why you guys will come and sit in this training room with Dr. Steenbarger and Carlton and myself, and we will have a monthly meeting, and you will be attached to a trading team, and you will present how you did for the month, backed up by your trading stats that you're measuring in TraderView. And we will say things like, you know, what did you trade well? What were those trades? Did you trade breakout trades well? Did you trade mean reversion trades well? Did you trade consolidation trades well? Did you trade technical trades well? Did you trade second day plays well? Did you trade breaking news trades well? We'll have those stats and we'll work from there. We're not just going to sit around and say, I think that I'm particularly good at technical trades. We'll show it. I think that I can be a really good breaking news trader. Well, no, you can't if your trading stats stink. And what happens is that people get surprised by how good they are at certain trades and how bad they are at other trades, because in real time, we tend to overvalue our losses and we tend to over-remember our wins. And so the TraderView sorts all that out. And so we're not going to, Max,
Trade 13 things in the first 5 minutes of the day.
we're not going to. I actually hope we don't even joke about that going forward.
I was only in 3 trades, to be fair. But yeah.
Okay, noted.
Yeah.
But if you were in 13 trades in the first 15 minutes, we would see it, and Carlton would have a very unfriendly talk with you in one of those back offices that I'm not even allowed to listen to what he's actually saying to people because I understand they're unfriendly.
Yeah.
So, but that, you'll sort of go through that. You'll see, hey, I'm over trading these ideas and I'm under trading these ideas. But that's a theme, trade less, trade less, trade less. Trade your best ideas. The second thing is, it's contradicts what I said about some of our best traders who started down $300,000 this month, but that was an anomaly, which is really good active elite traders are working on drawing down less. There is this thought that when you get to be a big trader, you have to push your risk, you have to risk more to make more. It turns out, if you talk to some of the top traders at our desk, what are they working on? They're working on drawing down less. They're working on drawing down less in some of their kryptonite, some of those plays that they know they don't trade particularly well. And when you are a really big trader, particularly if you're trading low floats or things that are volatile, if you're a really big trader, it's very easy to sort of dip your toes into the water with an idea. I think something is oversold. I think something is overbought. And you start and you get short a couple thousand shares, and you got in too early and you kind of know it, and you're down $5,000, and if you get sloppy, what do if you're a big trader? If you're in one of those sloppy moments, you just sort of say, I'll trade out of it. Very common. I'm going to trade out of this $5,000 loss, and I'll just put some more on. It'll come in a little bit. I'll break even, and I'll move on. So they put on an extra 3,000 shares, and they're just kind of putzing around. They dip their toes in. They got on the wrong side of it, and a little bit of arrogance seeps in, a little bit of laziness sleeps in, and then they turn a little bit of a loss into, now they're on the wrong side of it, and now they're down 25,000. And now they're mad at themselves because they've turned this C+ idea into this $25,000 loss, which is a lot for anybody, and they try and trade out of that. And then it becomes a $50,000 loss and worse, and they put up a negative $100,000 day, and there was no need for any of it. And so there are certain triggers that get people to do things like that, even when they are elite traders. And they're reaching out to Dr. Steenbarger and working on that. And they're including me on that and trying to figure out how they can stay away from that. And they're cluing in our floor manager to watch them when certain things start to go wrong. But it's not, I want to have a bigger risk appetite so I can make more. It is, let me make sure that I can cut out some of these negative $100,000 days, because that adds up, even for a big trader. If I can get rid of a couple $100,000 loss days in a month that are unnecessary, that's a big turn. And one of the guys who I coach outside the firm, who's really just a tremendous trader, one of the best active traders that I know, probably in the country, one of his major themes this year has been he wants to draw down less on his worst days. He would have some massive rips on his worst days. Still would put up a huge number, 4 million plus in P&L for the year. But he would just have these enormous negative down days. And his thing this year is, let me get rid of them. His focus is not, I want to risk more. His focus is, I want to make sure I'm losing less on my worst trades. So I know when you guys start, and I know when you guys are even early in your career, we're going to be talking to you about bumping up your risk. We're going to be giving you more buying power, giving you more risk. And I know you're going to be sitting there thinking, man, if these guys just let me draw down $5,000 intraday or $50,000 for the month, I'd be the best trader on the desk. The reason why I'm not the best trader on the desk is because they're just not letting me draw down enough right now. Yeah, I know you're thinking that. Just forget that intraday loss limit of whatever it's going to be. Multiply it times 20 and leave me alone. And it's just ironic that the biggest traders who really do have $150,000 worth of intraday risk that they're allowed to use, that's not their focus. So, we'll bump you up, but just understand that the best guys are toning it down, and what that really means is that when they're right right away. And when they're wrong right away. So let's work on that. And then the other thing is, I hear this a lot from you guys, particularly on, I got out and the stock kept running. We're in a strong market. I think we talked about Dix the other day, and it just couldn't do anything but go higher all day long. And I know some of the guys on the desk were long, and they were like, I left some money on the table. We had that huge Disney breakout. We made some money on that. Lots of guys thought they could have made a lot more. That breaking news trade, when Disney came out and said there's more subs than we thought, huge breaking news trade. and some guys felt like they left some money on the table. But for you guys to be thinking about that, I think this is undervalued at the start of your career, which is you want to, if you can, try and be systematic about how you're going to get out of your best trades. And so lots of times people feel like they can't think that way or they can't create rules like that. And the rules are going to be different for everybody, but you should start trying to do that. You should start saying to yourself, well, the simplest thing, I'm going to get out when it gets below VWAP. I'm going to get out when it holds below its previous high consolidation area. I'm going to get out when it breaks a particular trend line. I don't care what the rules you draw are, although those are important. But try and quantify that. Go back and reverse engineer your best trades and see if you can start to create a framework of rules to get out and work with that, because that's going to allow you to get bigger. And I can just tell you that there are very, very large traders that we get to work with, and one of them really does trade with a lot of discretion. Shark really does trade with a lot of discretion, and as he said to you guys recently, that is best for his personality. He has a really good feel for the marketplace. That makes sense to him. But that really isn't true of everyone else who's really big, who we work with. It's probably a testament to his natural ability, his natural trading ability, his natural feel for the marketplace. And we certainly wouldn't tell him not to tap into that. He should. That's what makes him great. But for everybody else, they're writing rules. And these are very, very big traders. And these are guys with 100,000 share positions on and plus. So we'll start thinking about that. All right, so trade less. The reason why you're not making $100,000 in your first month is not because we're not letting you draw down more. And with trade less, that means, yes, not 13 stocks in the first 15 minutes, and be more systematic about your exit rules. Now it's your turn. Which effective trading technique discussed in this video are you going to implement into your trading? Are you going to trade less? Are you going to be more systematic? Or perhaps you're going to focus on losing less in your worst trades? Let us know by leaving a comment below right now.